Alright folks, so a lot of you guys are not going to like what I'm about to say for this video. I'm going to start with a trigger warning. Yeah, all of the chaos that you guys are seeing in society, you guys want to talk about racism, discrimination, black fatigue. Well, it was never about black fatigue. As a matter of fact, it was never about racism. So I titled this video, Just Be Light-Skinned. Yeah, there's a real light-skinned privilege. So a lot of these black Americans, they're saying that, oh, there's no generational wealth in black America. Our money is disappearing. Oh, these white devils, they have all the money. Well, I mean, look at the black man that has achieved generational wealth. They only date these three types of women, either a white woman, or in some cases a Latin woman, or the third option is light-skinned. Yeah, show me a black man with a generational wealth that's currently with a dark-skinned black woman. Yeah, find me one. Look at Vinicius Jr., right? Look at someone like Lamine Yamal. Look at Andrick, who just got married to a white girl at the age of 18. And yeah, look at these professional athletes, right? Even the ones who are marrying, quote-unquote, black women. So this is Arsenal player, Eberechi Eze. So Eze, he just got married. Look at his wife, mixed race, light-skinned. Look at Steve Harvey's current wife, Marjorie, right? That's his third wife, light-skinned. And look at someone like Michael B. Jordan. I'm not aware that if Michael B. Jordan has been, bunny hopping, if he has been sleeping around with snow bunnies. But yeah, look at every single woman Michael B. Jordan has dated, all light-skinned. Look at Giannis's wife. So she just recently moved to Greece with Giannis's kids, right? And mixed race, light-skinned. Here's the thing, right? For example, if you go to a country like India or Sri Lanka or Bangladesh, so there are some Indians, right? So for Indians, they have a lot of different skin tones as well. Basically, the light-skinned ones are seen as a royalty. Just, yeah, go watch any Bollywood movie. Look at all of these top 1% Indian man and woman. Almost all of them light-skinned. Because if you're a dark-skinned person in India, you won't be given a chance. You're seen as a lesser human. It's like just under Jim Crow, right? So black men, they were seen as 3/5 of a man. Yeah, in India, if you're a dark-skinned man, you're probably seen as 2/5 of a man. And if you're almost a European looking, if you're 100% light-skinned, yeah, you're seen as 100% of a man. And yeah, there's a reason why, so many these, white men, they have these crazy Asian fetish about these Asian women. It's because, they realize that, the Western society has fallen. So many of these white women have been completely destroyed from inside out. They're getting these tattoos. They're getting these crazy piercings. They're turning morbidly obese. They all hate man now. And so these white women, they have lost it. So what's my next best option? Well, it's probably a light-skinned Asian woman or a light-skinned Hispanic woman. You don't see these white men going after black women or Indian women. It's because, yeah, they don't like dark-skinned. And the vice versa is also true. These Asian women who are going after white men, they say, oh, Asian men are short, we're not masculine, so we're soy boys, right? Look at the type of white men they're picking out. You know what kind of white men they love the most? If you're someone who's from Northern Ireland, those are like some of the whitest, pasty-faced white people on earth. So that's what they love. They don't really like Spanish or Italian because, some of these Spanish or Italian guys, they're just a little bit too tanned. They're just a little bit too dark-skinned. For these Asian women to consider them as, pure white man. So yeah, they love those tall, skinny white boys. Just for example, someone from Saturday Night Live, right? Pete Davidson. Yeah, Pete Davidson's a perfect example. I will say, yeah, 90% of modern Asian women living in America, if they saw someone like Pete Davidson, they will be drooling all over him. They would absolutely lose their mind. And yeah, a lot of people, they have been bringing up this topic lately. They say, oh, are Asians racist to black people? What about the Japanese, the Koreans, the Chinese? Well, here's the thing. If you're someone who's Barack Obama black, right? So yeah, I'm talking about, mixed race, light-skinned. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, right? Let's say if you got a work visa or if you got a 4-year scholarship to study at a university in China. Honestly, if you're mixed race, light-skinned, your experience will be no different versus someone who's 100% white. Because once again, it's not really about black fatigue, it's not really about racism, and it's everything to do with the color of your skin. And let's say, if you're not someone who is, mixed race like Obama, if you're, let's say, someone who's a Vinicius Jr., now, someone like Vinny Jr., he's a multi-millionaire, okay, superstar athlete, right? So, but let's say Vinny Jr., if he was an average dude, he did not have any money. Let's say if he went to live in China or South Korea or Japan, yeah, he will face extreme forms of racism and discrimination because he's dark-skinned. And yeah, I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen these posts online or these videos online where these black people, where they talk about that they travel to various parts of the world, they face so much discrimination everywhere. Because it's pretty obvious, right? It's not just in Europe or North America. It's the same thing if they go to Mexico, if they go to Latin America, if they go to any Asian country, or if they go to the Middle East, they face so much discrimination. Well, the brutal reality is that for the vast majority of the population on Earth, when they see a dark-skinned people, right, they're just not going to like them. It's just how the world works. Just, if you can look at an Arab country, look at a country like Egypt. Look at all of these top-tier models and actresses that's coming out of Egypt. And these Egyptian women who are supermodels and actresses, they're not exactly, brown-skinned. Almost all of them are 100% pale white. The brutal reality is that the vast majority of the population on Earth, they find people who are dark-skinned to be dirty and to be repulsive. And once again, I'm not talking about, just black people, because if you go to some parts of India, if you look at some of these Indians, especially the really, really poor ones, some of these Indians are extremely, extremely dark-skinned. They're probably darker than like 90% of black people. And yeah, there's a reason why the vast majority of these are really, really dark-skinned Indian people. They're usually relegated to the Dalits. No, and so India has a caste system. If you're relegated to the 5th tier, the Dalits, basically you're seen as a subhuman. These are the people who sweep the streets. These are the homeless. These are the people who are cleaning the public toilets. They will never, ever have a chance to escape extreme poverty. It's because they're dark-skinned. You have no hope. So, and that is why in countries like India, in China, in pretty much almost every single Asian country, and it's also very prevalent in Black America as well, skin bleaching, it's so common. And you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Let's say if you're a black woman who's relatively dark-skinned, well, the reality for you is that none of the black man will actually wants to talk to you. None of these black men will actually try to raise you up. But however, you're living in a 100% different reality as a light-skinned black woman. If if let's say if you're someone who's mixed race, maybe you're half black, half Mexican, maybe you're half black, half white, or if you're someone who chooses to go through with one of these procedures to bleach your skin, the result is going to be so obvious. Right after you bleach your skin, right after you become light-skinned, you'll notice that you're getting all of the attention from these black men, and the black women who are dark-skinned are 100% ignored. I mean, this crisis is way worse than you think. And a lot of white men, they don't want to admit this. And when I say white privilege, they get so freaking angry. White men are the biggest hypocrites. And I talk about, actually white men are way more likely to enter interracial relationship or marriage. If you look at a country, let's say if you live in the UK, especially if you live in a big city, let's say in London, in Liverpool, in Manchester, ever since 2021, 2022, so you guys have seen all the protests that was happening in Hong Kong. Then so in order to stop the protests, right, the Chinese government, they passed a new national security law. And ever since this law has been passed, so there's been a mass exodus of these Chinese people from Hong Kong. They have been all leaving the city. So their number one destination, because if you guys remember, right, Hong Kong was a former British colony. So it's very easy for them to move to the UK. So hundreds and thousands of people from the city have left Hong Kong, and they moved to UK. So what have you guys noticed? Just go, yeah, I'm serious. Like, go walk down the streets, go to London, go to Manchester, go to Liverpool, go to Sheffield. What do you guys see? You guys will see a cesspool of white man and Asian woman couples. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is that I would say this new batch of immigrants that's moving from Hong Kong to the UK, right? Especially the Chinese woman, at least 1 out of 3 Chinese women, they're currently getting on their knees for the white man. They have this plantation mindset. They're more than happy to serve their white masters. and that is 100% white privilege. So many people don't want to admit it. That's why, to this day in 2025, there are still white men who are not opposing immigration. They want the border to remain open. Well, it is because, for example, these white men, right, these super pasty-faced white men who are currently living in the UK, who are currently dating one of these Chinese girls that's fresh off the boat from Hong Kong. They're thinking that, oh, white woman has been 100% destroyed, and perhaps an Asian woman is going to be my last hope on earth. This is the only way to save myself from becoming incel. This is the only way to boost my ego, to boost my dignity, and this is the only way for me to start a family and actually continue my legacy. So yeah, that is why we're going to keep the border open so we can let all of these Chinese women come in. Because look at these recent revivals, right? These Chinese women from Hong Kong. They're not going after black men. They're not going after Arab men. They're not going after Indian or Pakistani or Bangladeshi men. Every single one of them that is currently in an interracial relationship or marriage, every single one of them with a white man. Okay, there's no accident. There's 100% white privilege. And these Asian women, they feel 100% inferior to these white men. So they see these, 100% white men as, being 100% humans. And these Asian women from Hong Kong, they think they're like 4/5 of a human. And if they see someone who's a black or Indian or Pakistani or Bangladeshi, right, they see these dark-skinned men as 3/5 of a man. It's just like what America was like under Jim Crow. They have been 100% brainwashed and they have been 100% indoctrinated to feel inferior to the white man. And that is also why, right, people talk about, oh, why do black people, they have this nasty attitude? How come everywhere they're going to public, they're just lashing out at people? Yeah, it's just reality. Like, if you're a dark-skinned black person, it doesn't matter which part of the world you go to. When people see you, they're just going to be like, oh my god, look at this person, so dark-skinned. Oh, it's disgusting, it's repulsive. Yeah, that's how people are going to react every time they see a dark-skinned person. And that is why almost every single person on earth wants to be light-skinned. And by the way, when I say this, right, it's not just black men with generational wealth who are choosing, light-skinned women, choosing Latin women, who are choosing white women. It's the same thing for a lot of rich and successful black women. They're specifically seeking out white men. Because, yeah, when they enter interracial marriage or relationships, they're not exactly going after Asian men or Indian men or Mexican guys. Yeah, they're all going after white guys. It's because they want their baby to be as light-skinned as possible. And of course, I understand topics like this, they can generate a lot of hatred or division or controversy. So yeah, this topic is going to be continued. I will be going live this Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're one of my viewers who is watching my videos from Europe, so 2 p.m. in Europe, that will be about 8 p.m. in the evening. So it's still a good time. So yeah, this topic is definitely going to be continued. I will see you guys back on this channel this weekend. And if you guys have enjoyed this video, remember to like the video, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, and turn on the notification button. Thank you guys so much.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing.